is your energetic reading for January 20th, and this is the Sun moving into Aquarius. Now, today, there are always two energy levels to the Sun moving into Aquarius, and as I discuss what's going to be happening in your Sun and your rising sign, I'm going to cover the positive and the negative aspects of this particular vibration. So, the positive aspects of this vibration is that this is very technology driven. Now, I want to warn you that Mercury right now is in retrograde in Capricorn. So it is in retrograde in goals and outcomes, and they're going to be pulled back to revisiting and reassessing those goals in this particular type of energy. As you have the Sun, which is your core, which is your desire, asking you to take a look at what is motivating you to push forward in those goals. What is the future outcomes of those goals? What innovative ideas can come from those goals? That is the associated energy in this. We also have Jupiter in retrograde at this time, which means that the energies that are going to be supportive is energies that's moving forward in ascension qualities regarding your goals. So, for some of you, you're going to be looking at the progressive energy. Now, the progressive energy can only happen if there is some sort of retrograde initiation from this, meaning you're going to have to take a look at past goals. Some people are having relationships come back from their past that actually generate some sort of past-based like progressive energy. So say when you guys met, it wasn't working out, there was no future outcome for you because you guys need to expand and grow separately. But as you're meeting again, you're finding that there is some possibility for progressive outcomes moving forward. So some of you are going to be revisiting those goals that you had set in the past and seeing if they have a future outcome moving forward with this Sun in Aquarius. So, this is collaborative energy. This has to do with your social circles. With some of you, this has to do with friends. For some of you, this has to do with relationships. Some of you has to do with some sort of an innovative and creative idea or mindset that really you start to take a look at the future perspectives of this and see if they can initiate some sort of substantial gain moving forward. This is all the energy. Remember that we have, at this point, we have Mercury in Capricorn, and it's conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, which means stability. You're looking at your foundation. You know, you're looking at your outcomes at the same time that you have, you know, all this energy moving forward. So, this is very unique thinking. You've got to be able to embrace a new perspective. So perhaps you guys some of you are taking a look at relationship, and this relationship is coming back from the past, and there's a history there, but you're reassessing this relationship, and it's from a new perspective, and you're starting to see the potential from this new perspective as you guys have expanded separately and then reunited. In a negative vibration, you're just very impatient. You want some results now. As this relationship or this creative idea comes back around, you can see the potential of it, so you may be impatient to get what you want from the energy. That's very understandable as you are revisiting this particular energy. you can be a taskmaster in this energy, meaning that you see the potential, and so you want to set forth some routines. As Jupiter is in retrograde, you're going to want to set forth some routines in this energy to get this going. You're impatient. You want results. It's very, when you have a sun in Aquarius, they want results and they want results now. You have to be very mindful of the fact that there is a process, and this process is very, you have to have respect for the process. This is also, you know, if somebody's wanting you to see things from a conservative perspective, from a perspective that everybody else does, you are going to feel exceptionally rebellious in your sun. You're going to feel like, hey, wait a minute, you know, I see it this way. I know it's unique, but it's right. And you're going to want to argue that perspective, and you're going to want to be regimented in that perspective. And, you know, sometimes it's not always the best perspective. There's also an emotional disconnection in this energy. When the sun is in Aquarius, you are able to disconnect emotionally, and you are able to move forward with logic and not relying on emotional motivation. This is relying on logic-minded thinking. And so some of you may feel frustrated that there's a need to be logical in this energy. So anyhow, guys, that's like the general, what is it like to have the sun in Aquarius. Now let's see how it's going to affect your sun and your rising sign. And now with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for the sun moving into Aquarius. And for you, your ruler is going to be in a very transformative part of your chart. This is also going to be where you are looking at transforming an area of your chart that has to do with your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. So you may feel the desire to pursue a hope, dream, or a wish right now, but Mercury is in Capricorn, which is in retrograde, and Jupiter right now is in retrograde as well. So you may meet resistance, meaning you may have this feeling of this desire to move forward, persevere, and make a change, but the sun in Aquarius is going to restrict and hold you back from that, meaning that the potential is not there in this energy. What's happening is you need to think this through. You need to do a lot of work behind the scenes. You need to do a lot of research behind the scenes before you move forward in these hopes, dreams, and wishes. So reflection is a super important part of the process when you have this energy for you. So as you look at your goal and you start to reassess your goal, you're going to want to look back on, have you ever tried to pursue this goal before? If so, what was the resistance that you felt in this? And if so, what was the ramification of the resistance? And moving forward, can you make some big changes that may progress you and move you over the obstacle that you had in your past? It's important to revisit that for you. Hi Taurus, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for the sun moving into Aquarius. And for you, this is happening in your career, life path, destiny. Your ruler right now is in a very transformative part of your chart, and it is in a trine with Uranus, looking at reflection. So we're looking back at our past. We're looking at what we have tried to do in our past to create the goals that we wanted as our outcomes. So patience is the key in this energy for you when you're setting up goals regarding past-based creative endeavors or relationship endeavors. Like, if you would like to make some progress, you're going to have to reflect on where the faults were in your past thinking and how you have moved forward since then, and how to have progressive mindsets in those areas, how to really break free from regimented old thinking, and how you are willing to embark upon new thinking to kickstart those particular areas. So beware that you don't jump the gun and perhaps develop an unrealistic time frame to achieve what you desire. Don't be impatient in this energy. This energy is progressive energy. It takes a while for it to completely manifest. So I don't want you to think that the way to achieve your goal is to let your heart guide you. You really need to let logic in this situation guide you. So beware not to become too task-oriented in this energy, idealistic. You need to beware to not become impatient and restless in this energy. There is a process, and the process is part of the beauty of progressive energy. And don't let don't let regimented thinking destroy the fact that the process is part of the unveiling in this energy. This can lead to rigid thinking if you have exaggerated expectations about the time frames or the expectation about this potential. Don't get stuck in the fact that you wanted it this time, and so it needs to be at that time. This will flourish. The seed will flourish and grow in the time frame when you plant it and you nourish it, and just allow for the process for the unveiling, and don't be so stuck in the fact that you see this for the potential that it is. Remember that your career life path destiny is an unveiling. It's not necessarily something that you can control the outcome moving forward. Hi Gemini, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for the Sun moving into Aquarius. And for you, all of this is going to be happening in a very expansive part of your chart. This is an elevated thinking, and this is looking at very long-term outcomes, the psychology of the impact of what you're thinking. So for you, Mercury being your ruler being in retrograde, conjunct with Pluto, we're talking about transforming the psychology of the way that you manifest and deal with things. This has to do with home and family. This has to do with your career life path destiny. And this has to do with the way that you identify yourself and your hopes, dreams, and wishes. So for you, the Sun will put a spotlight on transforming a past goal. Perhaps you are focused on the home and family goals that require you to make a decision. Remember that there is progress to be made in these areas, but you have to let the energy manifest. And for you being a Gemini, when your ruler is in retrograde, you could be very impatient and want to be impulsive in this energy, but that will suck you down into the lower vibration, and that will make you incredibly ego-oriented, and it will make you lose sight of what you desire in the long-term outcome. Remember that we don't want to do that. Remember that what we want to do is we want to generate long-term outcomes. So for you, this progressive goal could pertain to a family business or a business from home, or a goal that requires you to share resources. So set up routines that support progressive movement. This takes time. Don't be impulsive. Don't set your sight on something. Don't get discouraged if you want something right now, but that right now is not supported. It's, the people that you're involving in this dream, this hope, and this outcome doesn't see the potential for what it is. Remember that this is a seed that you're planting, and it grows and it manifests as time goes on. And be very patient, and just don't seek that self-gratification right away. That is the lowest form of this vibration. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi, Cancers. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for the Sun moving into Aquarius. And for you, all of this is going to be happening on a very transformative part of your chart emotionally. So, for you, the Moon being in Gemini, at the time that this energy shift happens, that means that you're caught in a dualistic type of energy, and that's not a settling energy for a Cancerian energy. So if you're caught in the high vibration of this, then that means that you're trying to identify yourself with what solidifies your ego, individuate yourself in maybe an intimate relationship, maybe combining your resources, maybe you're trying to increase your value in these areas. This could be in sexual intimacy, or it could be in just intimacy where you're allowing somebody to, collaborate and to help support your ambitions. So this is a very vulnerable side to you as you start to expand the area where you are starting to want relationships. You are starting to have to change your routines to support your work, your home, your family, your relationships, your partners, your unions, your companions. And also, you're having to support just the general day-to-day sector of your life and work. So that's very vulnerable for you because you got regimented and you became secure in where you were at. And so now you're having to develop a different type of mentality in these areas. And that's very vulnerable for you. Anytime you make really big changes like this, and this is change energy. I mean, the Sun moves into Aquarius. This is about making changes, progressive movement. This is about future outcomes. This kind of scares a Cancer because you know what? It's a lot of increase in areas where you feel like, there's a vulnerability and you may need to decrease in order to feel safe. So the Sun will put a spotlight on transforming the way you empower others that you have a relationship with. Remember that as you are involved in relationships of all levels, friends, companions, partners, remember that you have to empower them to be in your presence. And for you, you have been concentrated for a really long time in empowering you, and you haven't had the time to think about empowering others, and that will be the vulnerability in this energy. The past may cause you to regress and make you feel vulnerable mentally as you try to include someone significant in your daily routines. Perhaps you have become rigid in your routines. As we try to increase our lives and the value that we seek in our lives and the value that we seek in ourselves, we get really regimented in what we need to do. For some of us, that has been seclusion. And for some of us, that has been in limiting the amount of relationships that we seek in order to maintain a very small central world. And as we are going out into the world and this energy is expanding us and our potential is expanding us and opportunity is expanding us, it is inviting more stimuli. Stimuli could be through relationships, stimuli could be through people, friends, stimuli could be through social networks, stimuli could be through a lot of varieties of ways, but it is opening us up nevertheless, and it is progressive energy. And when this happens, it can be very difficult to feel secure in energy because we want our circle to be strong, to be small, and then what we really want is for our shell to be safe, and our shell is not safe when people are invited into our shells. So it can be very difficult in this energy lots of quincunxes, lots of squares in this energy, lots of feeling unsettled. There's dualistic energy, there's socializing, there's air energy, inviting intellectual energy with lots of talking and communicating with others. And as we communicate with others and they start to be attracted to us, it's starting to invite people into our shell, and we're wanting to really still batten down the hatches on our shell, because our shell is where we're safe. But expansion is inevitable. Anytime that you have Venus and Saturn and Sagittarius in opposition with air energy, we're talking about, let's get real, you got to start inviting opportunity, inviting expansion, and inviting all of this energy to increase our value and our opportunity. And that's just a little unsettling, and that's okay. As we work through the sun in Aquarius, we're going to start to get more confident as we see that increasing our opportunities does not mean increasing our vulnerability. Hi Leo, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for the sun moving into Aquarius. And for you, all of this is going to be happening in your partnerships and your unions. Your ruler is going to be moving into Aquarius. So when it moves into Aquarius, this is taking a look about looking at how you lost value in previous relationships, what you value about yourself, and attracting the people into your life that value what you value about yourself. So this is really opening and expanding and progressing the energy when it comes to relationships. When you're going through this, there's reflective energy, because Mercury is in Capricorn and Jupiter is Mercury is in Capricorn, which is in retrograde, and Jupiter is in Virgo, which is in retrograde. So past reflection really does encompass the energy that's going on. When Jupiter is in Virgo, you take a look at how you lost power in previous routines in your relationship, and you don't want to do this again moving forward. So as you attract somebody into your life that really expands the potential of your relationships moving forward, you want to make sure that they understand the progressive energy source that you are, and that you really want to move forward with this type of energy. So your ruler is putting a spotlight on who and what you value in this energy. Jupiter is benefic, as this trine creates a harmonious flow of energy. So you may feel significant partnerships in your life have value. You feel valued, and you feel like who you are attracting is valuable to future outcomes. And that is such a beautiful energy. You're very blessed to have this energy. Your energy is progressing in life. However, you may desire to fulfill something, perhaps a goal that goes back to your childhood. So as you're moving forward, you're facing this deep part of you, this psychological part of you, this childhood issue of yours. And it's progressive energy, so understand that it's overcoming this part of you, but it is actually facing the fact that you need to become very realistic in this energy. It's progressive energy. Remember that Aquarian energy is progressive, so sometimes it's unexpected what may come up. You may not understand that there is even a childhood issue as you revisit it, and as you do, it brings up this depth of emotion that you're not quite expecting, and so you could get hit with that initially before you move by it. We're trying to increase our value and trying to attract the relationships that increase our value. So for some of us, these are very karmic, destined times for us to release what happened to us in the past and move forward past karmic issues and progress us into the future. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi, Virgo. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for the Sun moving into Aquarius. And for you, all of this is going to be happening in a part of your chart that highlights your routine. So it's going to be putting a spotlight on your routine. So also, you may experience the fact that it is highlighting the romantic intentions of your relationships in the past, and it's going to be pulling the romantic intention of the past, and it's going to be bringing them forward, because Mercury in Capricorn is going to be conjunct with Pluto in Capricorn. So perhaps there was romantic intentions that you thought would move forward and generate a stable outcome, and they didn't. Do you need to revisit what went wrong in those particular types of relationships? This is very progressive energy. This isn't about setting up just romantic intentions. This is about moving forward with relationships. So as you take a look at where you thought that you were going to have these romantic relationships, and as you move forward with a partnering energy, you need to see where the energy lies between those two, and it does require a little bit of reflection. So you're going to be revisiting relationship goals of some of the past partners and where they went wrong. And then the Sun will make you flirty, engaging, attract attention easily. Perhaps you should complete a goal regarding some of your physical appearance. Remember that this energy for you, Jupiter is wanting you to expand areas of yourself, and so the routines that you see of yourself. So if you see, say you don't think that you can attract a specific type of partner because you have a physical outward appearance, perhaps you need to revisit the fact that you need to start working out and increase the value that you see in yourself as physically attractive. So what you need to revisit what you used to be like in an ideal state, and that is absolutely worth revisiting. Also, healing can come in this energy from revisiting romantic intentions from the past and solidifying what they mean now in the future. Transformation is going to happen in the way that you identify yourself as you move through this very transformative, progressive energy time. Remember, the Sun in Aquarius is not about staying stuck. It's about shaking you. It's about awakening you. It's about breaking you out of regimented thinking. It's about freeing you. It's about releasing you from places where you oppress yourself, and then you start to shine individually. So that's what this energy is all about. So create goals that are worth revisiting. Okay, so if you had some goals, revisit them, but make sure they're positive outcomes. Unexpected changes can bring about interesting work opportunities, highly probable in this energy, and revisit past routines that have worked for you in the past. It's super beautiful in this energy. Anyhow, guys, there's a lot of progressive energy in here, but you have to acknowledge it. You have to be open to it, and you have to release yourself and submit to this type of energy for it to be progressive. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi, Libra, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for the Sun moving into Aquarius. And for you, all of this is going to be happening in a very creative side of your chart. The Sun is going to be putting a spotlight on love, romance, relationships, and routines. These areas need to be refined in this energy. Remember that Mercury right now is in retrograde, which is in Capricorn. So we're looking at refining the way that we seek stability in these areas. So Venus, your ruler, is going to be in a very communicative part of your chart, and it is going to be training how confident you feel in your relationships. So, you're going to need to be careful not to regress into your routines. For some of you, if you're regressing into routines that are not supportive of progressive movement, that's the lowest form of vibration. If you're regressing into your partner's routines and those are not progressive routines, they are stagnant energy, poor coping methods, routines that do not highlight the highest form of vibration, then you're going to feel a really negative energy source as as your ruler is squaring off with Neptune and the North Node in Virgo at this time. So you're going to be revisiting, how did you lose power in your previous relationships? Where were your routines not defined? Where did you escape the reality? Where were there some delusions about the routines that your relationships became regimented in? And if so, how do you break free and have progressive movement? Reflecting on your coping methods is important. Be open to new and expansive energy, and unique thinking will create expansive ideas. So this is not about repeating the same old karmic lessons. This is about moving forward and creating new karmic outcomes so that you can progress. Remember, this is inventive thinking. This is unique. This is progressive movement. You can't stay stuck. You can't repeat. You can't keep playing the same record over and over again and expecting a different emotional and physical response as well as a well-being response to these particular issues. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi guys, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for the sun moving into Aquarius. And for you, dear Scorpio, all of this is going to be happening in your home and family. So you are going to be assessing. I think what this has to do with is just reflection on the way that you grew up and what's going on in your immediate environment. And does it reflect, or does it have something to do with what you went through as a child? So for you, this is going to be about healing old wounds, revisiting as you embark on these romantic relationships and these intentions, as they bring forth the same types of environments that you were as a child. You need to revisit and raise and elevate your standards and progress the energy outside of these restrictive family environments, and you want to move forward and you want to create a new outcome, something that doesn't have anything to do with reliving your childhood issues. So you may be limiting your potential because a past wound you may be revisiting. Remember that we attract relationships of all levels, romantic or otherwise, that really have something to do with what we see as potential and energy. So this may have to do with a childhood issue that is limiting the faith that you had in yourself and creating energy that is healing and very cleansing for past creative goals and may release you from these unconscious blocks. So this energy is very important. And the fact that we're talking about release of energy, we're talking about, as we revisit these areas of us that we had some sort of suffering, that we actually get to move past them and manifest potential. So it is important to revisit, but it is not important to stay stuck in these energies. And as we're attracting these karmic relationships, it's important to recognize them for they were, walk away and say that I'm actually over that. I don't need to revisit that anymore in my life. And I'm progressing past that because I have a new outcome and it's unique and it's individual to me, and I'm not reliving or repaying some of my parents' debt or my debt or anything like that. Like, we don't want to revisit those things. So we really, it's not that you don't have to revisit childhood issues and limitations and what scars that it is actually caused upon you moving forward, but it is important that we actually say, okay, I've lived it, I understand it, I know that these are the repercussions, but I'm actually moving forward and progressing in this energy. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi guys, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading, dear Sagittarius, for the Sun moving into Aquarius. And for you, your ruler is going to be working in that career, life, path, destiny house that it's been sitting in for quite some time. You're trying to, this is just beautiful energy. It's all train energy. I think for you, you're going to want to take a look at your career, life, path, destiny, and what you value and who you value and why you value it. And as you're doing that, I think revelations happen in this type of energy. Understand that the Sun is putting a spotlight on very progressive, forward-moving energy, innovative thoughts, looking at your career, life, path, destiny from a perspective of like, I've got to make some big changes, and these changes have to stand out and actually really honestly transform. It's very unique thinking, probably looking at it from a whole new perspective and getting some sort of clarity on what you want to do. New ideas about this goal could re-energize your enthusiasm for a previous goal. So possibly you're going to reflect, because Mercury is in retrograde and your ruler is in retrograde. So retrograde energy is very important for you. Reflection, reassessing energy is super important for you, because it doesn't mean that what didn't work in the past won't work in the future. What it means is that the timing may have been off. You weren't in the right energy source to really embrace the type of expansive energy that you are now fully able to reach the potential in. And so revisiting a past-based goal could actually have some pearls about moving forward. It's super important, especially if we're talking in your career, life, path, destiny, to revisit, especially goals that have to do with your foundation, structure, if it has to do with your entire career, life, path, destiny. These goals are absolutely worthy for you to revisit. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi, Capricorn. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for the Sun moving into Aquarius. And for you, all of this is going to be happening in the house where you learn how to value yourself, value others, place value on what you value. Like, why do you place value on it, and actually attain what you value. So this is possessions and material desire. So the Saturn is releasing you from past childhood issues to increase the flow of energy that creates benefic outcomes. This has to do with real estate ventures. Past remodeling goals are starting to be completed. You're starting to feel just this gorgeous train of energy. It's starting to become a fruitful energy, benefic energy. You're starting to feel satisfied with the home and family that you are starting to create, which is very important. For many Capricorns, they go through this state where they seek stability. All of their energy goes for that, because possibly in their childhood they didn't probably have the security that they always desired. So, or they had a very controlling and domineering parent, that authority figure, that desired to create stability for them. And when they broke free, they understood that stability is what they needed to create. Either way, it's very important for you to understand that you're starting to create the outcomes that you always desired and its potential energy. So conversations about the past will limit belief systems. So revisiting into the past is important, but if you're talking with siblings, or old neighbors that you had, or people from your past, you may find that it sucks you into a lower vibration and you're in this higher form of vibration where you're manifesting potential. It's kind of lowering your energy. Arguing with a sibling about an issue regarding that sibling may lower your vibration. So just focus on you. Don't focus on your siblings. Don't focus on your neighbors. Don't focus on the past, because that's where lowering the energy lies. Where true manifestation lies is creating a new family, a new outcome based on elevating your energy. If you start to revisit the past too much, you may lower your energy as you revisit vulnerabilities. As Saturn goes in and makes you understand just truly how vulnerable you were at those points in your past. But, you know, I see this being very positive for Capricorns as their value increases and what they value increases. It's just such a beautiful energy. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi guys, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for the Sun moving into Aquarius. And for you, this is all going to be happening in putting a spotlight on Aquarian energy, progressive movement. This is about unique thinking. This is about standing tall in the way that you are this beautiful, unique individual. So, freedom will set you free as the Sun moves into Aquarius. Being unique and authentic will open doors for you in the near future. Remember that you were never meant to fit in, that you were always meant to be this unique and forward and progressive energy. So if you never feel like you truly and deeply fit in, you were never meant to. You need to understand that there is a unique gift that you offer and only you offer to the world. And that's the whole point of Aquarian energy. It's individualizing yourself. It's this quirky type attitude. It's really expansive and progressive energy. It's shining a spotlight on the area that makes you just this quirky little unique individual. So being unique and authentic will open those doors, and reflecting on the endings of the ways your goals did not manifest will limit your energy. So you don't want to look at, wow, you know, these people did not understand me. They didn't understand my potential. They didn't understand the message that I was trying to deliver. I put all this energy into manifesting something for them, and it didn't actually turn out. And so, you know, you're really disappointed. But what they didn't understand was the unique potential that you had to offer the world. And so, raise your standards is what this energy is trying to say to you. Embrace your reality. Let go of where you did not have a realistic perspective. Look, progressive energy sees potential in energy that is stagnant or there's a limitation. You see actual progressive energy in that. So you try to push and move forward in energy that was never meant to move forward, because you actually never see a limitation. Even though Saturn is your ruler, Uranus is as well. And so you always go through this balancing act between Saturn and Uranus. It's like you have all this progressive energy and then you have limitation. And you don't know which one to relate to very often. And so often what you'll try to do is you'll try to push forward in this like, I know I can overcome this obstacle, Saturn limitation, because you have Uranian energy. It's almost like you have the ending and the beginning of energy. And so it's really hard for you to know when to stop and when to let go and when to release yourself from the energy and where to put new energy. And that can be that beautiful balance that Uranian energy as well as Aquarian energy has to really embrace. So let go of where it did not have a realistic potential, but let the energy open you up to getting your hopes, dreams, and wishes in a whole new way. So you can't hold on to what didn't work. And you have to embrace the new concept, which is kind of easy for you. But here's where you stay stuck: is you get regimented and you get Saturn. You want to have it. You feel that the obstacle that was created, you have this progressive thinking, and so you want to think of new and innovative ways, and you fixate on the way to create progressive energy in an area that has a limitation. So you need to let go. You need to fixate on a new outcome. This is progressive energy. This is releasing you from old stagnant energy so that you can create a new outcome. Remember that we're trying to transform outcomes at this point, and that it is all about realigning your values, what you value, who you value, why you value it. So for some of you that are valuing things that happened from your past, this is reflective energy as well. Jupiter is in retrograde as well as Mercury is in retrograde. So if there is perhaps some sort of childhood issue or something that you can't let go of, you know, some past-based regiment that you have yourself stuck in, some routine, then you're going to have to break free from it, and you're going to have to progress your energy. You're going to have to move forward, and that's super difficult. And when you're trying to learn which identity to attach to. Is it Saturn or your energy? Is it Saturn or is it Uranus energy that you want to move forward with? It's hard, you know, and there is no balance between the two because they're completely polar opposites. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Yeah, with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for the Sun moving into Aquarius. And for all of you, this is happening in a very reflective and kind of behind the scenes, a very quiet part of your chart. So for you, your Sun is going to put a spotlight on mutable energy. And moving forward, it's going to challenge you to make long-term commitments. You need to progress and process unrealistic expectations. So as you get idealistic in energy and you start to identify yourself with idealistic energy, honestly, this energy is about shaking you up and making you realize that idealistic energy is not progressive energy. So you've got to move forward to what actually is progressive energy. So reflective energy will help you align you with your intuition and deciding on the career, life path, destiny as a means of releasing you from obstacles in the way that you think and living an authentic lifestyle. These are all very important aspects of you. You have a gift. There's something authentic about you. There's a calling. There's a need to express yourself. The Sun is going to be aspecting in very progressive thinking issues having to do with the 12th house, the area where all of the energy, so this is the end of your lifetime. This is where all the energy dumps into. This is the house of suffering. This is the house of reflection. This is the house of, where you hold unconscious blocks. Also, in your first house, how do you get yourself away from that? How do you stop that from being where you identify yourself? And then how do you move forward with progressive thinking and expansive thinking? And then how do you progress past that and start to move toward career, life path, destiny stuff. Guys, this is big energy stuff, and this is super important for you to really honestly understand the value and the potential in this energy. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next